Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to Citizen at 1. My name is Michelle Morgan and today is the 3rd of December 2013. The High Court has today blocked the swearing-in of the tribunal formed by President Uhuru Kenyatta to probe the 6 Judicial Service Commissioners suspended by President Uhuru Kenyatta. Justice George Odunga also overturned the suspension of the 6 JSC Commissioners. The ruling brings to the fore the clash between the executive, judiciary and legislature over their respective independence.
The Judicial Service Commission had sought through its suit against the Speaker of the National Assembly and the Attorney General to quash a Gazette notice issued by President Uhuru Kenyatta, appointing members of a tribunal to investigate the conduct of JSC Commissioners Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi, Reverend Dr. Samuel Kobia, Justice Mohammed Warsame, Professor Christine Mango, Chief Magistrate Emilio Minde, and Florence Mwangangi. JSC, through its lawyer Paul Muite, also asked the judge to stop the swearing-in of the new tribunal, comprising of its chair, retired Judge Aaron Ringera, and lawyers Ambrose Weda, Jennifer Shamala, and Mutua Kilaka. Justice George Odunga has granted the said requests. He suspended the tribunal appointed by President Uhuru Kenyatta and also reinstated the 6 suspended JSC commissioners pending the determination of the petition by the JSC.
Accordingly, pending the hearing and termination of this application inter partes, I grant an order staying the Special Gazette Notice number 15094, appointing the intended 3rd to 6th respondents as members of a tribunal to investigate the conduct of 6 commissioners of Judicial Service Commission. For avoidance of doubt, the chairperson and members of the tribunal appointed via Gazette Notice number 15094, dated 29th of November 2013, are hereby barred from commencing the investigations into the conduct of the commissioners, the subject of the said Gazette Notice, pending the hearing and determination of the notice of motion dated 2nd of December 2013 inter partes as stated herein below.
Justice Odunga has also enjoined the tribunal members Ringera, Weda, Shamala and Kilaka as respondents in the ongoing petition. The High Court judge has also ordered that the case file be placed before Chief Justice Willie Mutunga so that the CJ can appoint a 3-judge bench to hear the petition filed by the JSC. Abdi Osman, Citizen at 1.
Now, the construction of a multi-billion shilling terminal at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport has been launched. The expansion, known as the Greenfield Terminal project, is being financed by the Kenya Airports Authority and the Exim Bank of China to the tune of 56 billion shillings. It will also include the construction of the 2nd runway.
Our intention is to make this airport among the world-class airports of the world. What we are embarking on is a project aimed at transforming traveling through JKIA to make it a pleasurable experience. For our transit passengers, the airport design has incorporated facilities for leisure such as spas, business, and tranquility, amongst others. In addition to the increased passenger capacity, this greenfield development will also increase our cargo handling capacity to cement Kenya's position as the leading airport in terms of cargo throughout the African continent. To enhance that role and position, the Kenya Airports Authority plans to develop a special economic zone within the airport area for the maintenance of goods that can be easily transported, for the manufacture of goods that can easily be transported by air. I would like indeed to emphasize at this juncture that we expect the execution of those plans to be fast-tracked and implemented. I am aware that as part of this airport development, the road and rail infrastructure around it will be built or improved to ensure that users of the airport are able to access inexpensive, frequent, and convenient means of transport to and from the airport. Safety and security of passengers is a primary concern to us, and therefore, as we construct this airport, we are also investing as part of the project in the best security systems available.
Now, we have been following the official launch of the JKIA expansion project, where His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta officially broke ground at the Greenfield Terminal. Our reporter Henry Githaiga has been following the proceedings, and we'll link up with him. Now, good afternoon, Henry. What details can you give us about the Greenfield Terminal, especially in regard to its cost, date of completion, and most importantly, how this will impact the capacity of the JKIA International Airport?
Well, Michelle, as you mentioned, the main aim here is to increase the capacity, but also to improve the country's ability to export directly to the foreign market. You do know that Jomo Kenyatta International Airport is a hub for us to export key horticultural crops, including flowers. And we are going to have a special economic zone set up right here at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport to enable exporters export directly to the foreign markets. They can come here, package their foods. The key concern has been foods that are perishable. Kenya is trying to move away from being just an agricultural country and into a country that also produces value-added goods. And this is one of the things that the President mentioned, a special economic zone being put up right here at the airport with facilities both for cold storage and also for processing of some of these goods. And the President also did mention that security still remains a key concern, and they will be investing heavily in the development of a new technology in terms of ensuring that there is enough security not only for Kenyans coming in and out of the airport, but also for international flights that may look at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport as a hub for maybe layovers or connecting flights to the rest of Africa.
Yeah, fantastic. You mentioned a few key points there, the export processing zone. So I'm curious to discuss the implications that this Greenfield Terminal will have in placing Kenya as the hub for East and Central Africa.
The other East African countries are also looking to invest in similar airports, but Kenya's role here is as a facilitator. We already have a cargo processing unit that does a lot of cargo for most of East and Central Africa, and Kenya Airways, our national carrier, is one of the biggest airlines in the region and also in Africa, connecting to various countries across the continent. And most of the imports that do come in pass by Jomo Kenyatta International Airport for processing, and it is this that we are looking to leverage on to increase maybe the ability of the country going forward to not only be a commercial hub just for East Africa, but also for the wider East African region.
Thank you very much, Henry Githaiga, for all of those details. Now on with other stories, and in a case in which survivors and relatives of those who perished in the September 2011 Sanai slum fire are suing the state, demanding 25 billion shillings in compensation. They will proceed to a full hearing in January next year. The victims appeared before Justice David Majanja for the mention of the case this morning at the Milimani Law Courts. Some of the victims that are there are yet to bury their loved ones 2 years after the Sanai Fire tragedy. The lawyer of the victims, Evans Ondieki, says the matter has been given a suitable hearing given the urgency of the case. Nairobi Senator Mike Mbuvi Sonko says the victims' pursuit of justice in the courts will continue.
We're hearing on 29th of January 2014. In terms of case life, this is the fastest case that will be concluded within the shortest period, and this is the most serious public interest case because the claimants want to be compensated to the tune of 26 billion shillings.
Now, passengers travelling from Kitale to Lodwar will now have to wait to confine their journey during the daytime following the rising cases of insecurity in the region. Most commuters and transporters say they fear being attacked by bandits who have been blocking the road since Sunday. Most passengers are forced to spend the night in lodgings in Makutano area, while the buses are parked at the Makutano police camp before being provided with escort security by the Pokot County government. Now, food insecurity in arid and semi-arid areas may soon be a thing of the past if the government's proposed 1.2 million hectare irrigation development plan is implemented. The agricultural production in the country has, however, been constrained with a dependency on irregular rainfall patterns. Currently, 1.3 out of 10 million hectares of arable land are reported to be irrigable and need to be utilized to end perennial food insecurity.
Most of the arsals are found in the basins of Rift Valley, the Wasongiro North, Athi and Tana River basins. And the maximum area as per the 2013 National Water Master Plan that can be put under irrigation in these basins that I've mentioned is 468,000 hectares. 468,000 hectares. This is the full potential as per the National Water Master Plan. I know that a figure of 1.2 million hectares has been mentioned, but this was on the basis of the 1992 National Water Master Plan. So many things have changed since 1992, and therefore the revision of 2013 has actually revised that figure to about 765,000 hectares as the full irrigable area existing in Kenya.
Now, residents of Murang'a County are set to benefit from a multi-million shilling bulk water project initiated by the Murang'a Water and Sanitation Company. The new plant will produce 11,000 cubic meters of water per day.
It is a project that has been funded at a cost of 514 million shillings, a project believed to be cost efficient as it uses gravity to pump water, hence producing 11,000 cubic meters per day for the next close to 30 years.
Therefore, here at Irate, raw water intake is much higher than the elevation at Kiawabel treatment works. So that will enable the water to flow by itself through gravity to Kiawabel treatment works.
More than 75,000 people in and out of the county will benefit from the project. Under the project, the county government will also set up a sewerage system at a cost of 175 million shillings and will include construction of 2 sewerage ports, fencing and rehabilitation of the existing sewers in the CBD in order to improve sanitation.
After receiving water from Irate intake, a full conventional water treatment will be done here, so that now from here water will be distributed to Murang'a town and its environs.
Addressing the media during a visit to the project manager Infantas Maina added that the project will help to end water rationing in the area. Fiona Kenga, Citizen at 1.
Now, the media industry in Kenya has taken to the streets to protest President Uhuru Kenyatta's memorandum to the National Assembly with amendments to the Kenya Information and Communications Amendment Bill, which they say are draconian as the bill itself. Journalists stage demos in major towns across the country ahead of debate in Parliament this afternoon. The President's memorandum has been criticized as one that does not promote the values and principles of the Constitution, which protects media freedom. According to the protesters, the memorandum still upholds the fines against individual journalists, as well as giving powers to the tribunal to deregister journalists.
The media is under siege. Parliament and State House. Leo tumekusanyika hapa ili kuteta kuhusu vile mswada vya vyombo vya habari. Hatujafurahi, hatujaridhishwa kabisa na ile memorandum rais alituma kwa bunge ili ifanyiwe marekebisho. Tunaona kuwa vyombo vya habari na pia uhuru wa waandishi wa habari itadhulumiwa na tumekataa katakata. This protest is about Kenya telling the world that we need a free and independent media.
Now, Garissa County Government plans to establish a 500-bed capacity state-of-the-art maternity hospital as part of the county's overall healthcare strategic plan, whose budget is 7.2 billion shillings. Speaking during the unveiling of the plan, Garissa Governor Nadif Juma said under the plan, the county government will set up new healthcare facilities in remote areas, will construct new staff houses for health workers and upgrade the Garissa Provincial General Hospital into a teaching and referral hospital and increase the number of doctors and nurses in the county.
We are in discussion with the Ministry of Health and other donors to ensure that we finish or we complete that modern maternity hospital within the next 2 years, or within the next budget, basically. So between now and hopefully 2015, we should be in a position to complete that modern maternity hospital.
Nearly 3 weeks ago, Paul Kimita Gathoni, a video editor with the Royal Media Services, mysteriously disappeared, and since then, efforts to trace him have borne no fruits. Yet Paul's disappearance is not the first of such cases. Numerous families have reported of their loved ones and relatives missing without a trace. Trips to the police have yielded little information, with the investigations often hitting a dead end. Esther Kahumbi spoke to 3 families, including Kimita's family, who tell of the agony of searching for a missing relative.
Kwa majina anaitwa Bila Wanjiko Masharia na bwanangu anaitwa Francis Washira Kanyi. Alipotea tu kwa hali ambayo ilikuwa inatatanisha. Juu tulikuwa church hiyo Sunday na alikuwa amepigiwa simu asubuhi na friend yake. Akaambiwa mahali huwa anafanya kazi kuna kazi ilikuwa inaendelea. Alikuwa anafanya na Rift Valley Machina Lease, lakini alikuwa anaangalia shamba yao yenye iko karibu na Lilayas. So venye sasa tuliachana yeye saa 7:30 ndio sasa akaelekea huko. Kurudi tena. Afadhali ningejua amerara mahali kama hospitali ama amekufa tukamzika. Unaona? Kuliko ujui mahali yako, ujui kama amekufa, ujui kama yuko hai, ujui kama anateseka mahali yako. Unaona? Sasa ukianza kufikiria ukiwa na hiyo mawazo unasikia hapana. Nguvu imekuishia kabisa.
Kwa majina naitwa John Wainaina Gathoni. Mimi ndiye ndugu yake mkubwa Paul Kimita Gathoni, ambaye alikuwa akifanya kazi na shirika la Royal Media.
Hiyo siku yote nilikuwa na hali ya wasiwasi kwa sababu sijui nini imemfanyikia. Colleague wake wa kazini akaniambia ataongea nao in case aingie kazini wataniambia. So usiku yote nilika nikiwa alert, but akaniambia hajaingia kazini. So nikajua mambo si mazuri.
Tumekuwa tukimtafuta na sasa tumetembelea hospitali tofauti na vile vile tukatembelea hata nyumba za kuhifadhi maiti ili pengine tuone ikiwa pengine huenda aliaga dunia pengine kupitia jambo lolote. Majuma hayo mawili yamekuwa magumu kabisa.
Yaani unasikia huko salama kwa sababu hujui mahali yuko, hujui kile inamfanyikia ama ako salama, hujui. So hauko salama kabisa.
Huyu mkubwa alikuwa anauliza. Nikamwambia unajua nini? Daddy alipotea. Alipotea lakini atakuja. Sasa kutoka wakati huo hajakuwa akiuliza. But kuna wakati sasa nilikuwa venye nilienda kuchukua resort zake. Tena akaniambia huyu mtoto ni kama amekuwa na shida. Juu saa zingine ukimwangalia tu anakaa tu peke yake, anafikiria, unaona kuna kitu anafikiria. Lakini huyu mdogo tu anashindaga akiita baba, saa zingine anakaa anaita baba, saa zingine anakuwa na fujo. I feel frustrated mpaka sijui. Saa zingine hata nakaa hivi siamini. Juu kama unaenda kwa polisi, unapelekwa huko, unapelekwa hivi, unaambiwa data imetoka, kuna watu wameonekana watafuatiliwa, hawafuatiliwi, eti kazi iko mingi. So inaonekana hata hiyo yako sio kazi, kwa sababu wewe una pesa.
The agency has not been there. The polisi wamekuwa wakituambia ni data ambayo haikuwa imetolewa na Safaricom, lakini sasa jana walituarifu kwamba data iko tayari na wakatuambia sasa wameanza kazi.
Unajua venye si tunaichukulia na hiyo uzito, I expected the same from them. But
tukukosana kwa sababu alikuwa kazi. Na nilikuwa nimeongea na yeye asubuhi. Tukaongea naye mzuri, akanitumanishia pesa yenye alikuwa ananitumanishia. Nikakaa the next day nikaongea na yeye. Lakini the next day after that sikumpata.
Kwa hiyo mochari tumesunguka, tukaambiwa hatujaona mtu kama huyo.
Hakuna mwenye anatusaidia. Ni nani anatusaidia? Mwenye alikuwa anatusaidia hatumuoni. Tunasikia uchungu sana. Tena ni uchungu sasa ile mtoto anakulizia wapi baba? Si upigie simu akuje. Na nikijaribu ninashinda, nitamwambia nini mtoto? Watutafutie wajue kweli bado wako hai ama hayuko hai. Na tena wanisaidie kulisha watoto, nitafanya nini? Na mtu alikuwa amepotea kwa kazi, si hata alipotea akiwa nyumbani.
Truly worrying, and we do hope the families find their loved ones in good time. We're going to take a short break now. We'll be back with sports and a lot more, so don't go too far.